What a week it's been. I'm telling you, it's been a wild week. but I noticed that my stress levels have came down a lot because I literally kind of took a lot of stress and just took it out of my just emptied it out of the waste bin because I don't even hardly have that much stress as I used to have. Like last week, well, not last week, but I'll say the week before last. I mean, I was so stressed, it was just ridiculous. It was just so ridiculous how stressed I was because I was just constantly stressed because I mean, it's just like, man, I mean, dealing with just a lot of stuff you don't have to deal with. Cause that's one thing I'll say about being on the upper crust of my wealth paradigm that I created. One good thing about that is, or just let's just say having money overall. One good thing about it is you don't really have to worry. You can kind of get out of certain situations by just using the money that you have. You can pretty much exit stage left a lot of situations because you had the money to do it. Like it's some people that they don't have the money to self improve. Like you actually have to spend a little money to really self improve. It's a cost pretty much for everything, and some of that cost is for self improvement, and that cost was worth it. I'm paying I'm paying about four times what I normally pay for living expenses, but honestly speaking, it's well worth it. I mean, it is hands down so worth it. Yeah, so I got the opportunity to actually get kind of kind of trim the actual expenses that I currently am paying by probably, I would say, uh, almost 60%, I want to say, because I can kind of get me I think I found kind of like an apartment, because right now I'm just kind of in a hotel room basically. So I might next week just pull the trigger. Actually, I might pull the trigger maybe sometime either by tomorrow, or at the very least next week, because like it's the place that I saw that was for rent. It's like pretty much almost half of what I'm paying for a hotel for a week. So I'm actually thinking about, well, not even thinking about, I'm actually trying to pull the trigger on it. But this week was pretty dope because I actually got all of my estimates for uh for my property that I got a contract on. So I was waiting for the longest for I was waiting for plumbing estimates, and I was waiting for electrical work, estimates on electrical work that needs to be done. So I got those. So I'm pretty happy about that, because that was some major work that I needed done. So now I pretty much got that done. As far as I got the estimates, I know what I'm gonna have to do. What's going on, Soul Shader? So I got my estimates for my house for like the major work, the mechanicals. So it's mechanicals are like havoc, your heating and your air, electrical, plumbing, or well, just basically you just say forget mechanicals, the major work. So I got the estimates for that, and basically all I got to do now is just kind of basically start the projects one by one. Okay, so I was at first thinking like pumped up trying to get the plumbing done first. But I think now, as of just kind of thinking about it, I basically, wow, I'm gonna read your comment, I'll just say wow. Um, I basically I'm gonna start the electrical work first, because the reason why is I need electrical for the tradesmen to do their power tools, to use their power tools and things of that nature. And it's not that it doesn't cost me that much for the electrical. I got an electrical quote for like basically $1,000 for the major work that needs to be done. So I can knock that out, get some electricity in the house, and then now I could probably, well, I could keep my generator that I bought, because I actually bought a generator because I was like basically trying to get work done while I was no electricity. Okay, I made almost 2K off a NIO stock now, bro. I'm riding the wave. Stock is shooting up like crazy. Man, congratulations. Slow hand clap. That is great. Um, what you want to do is you want to protect your come up basically. So you came up off of that stock. So what you want to do now, you don't want to lose those gains. So you want to set ideally you want to set like a stop loss where you basically are not going to lose the gains that you made. You don't want to get out of the market though, but you want to protect what you already made. You don't want to worry about, okay, well, getting out the market or whatever, but you want to protect it. Like if you gonna do, like, I ain't gonna even lie to you. I think was it this week? Yeah, it was this week. While I was actually doing Market Mondays, where I was talking about the roller coaster, as I stated, in the video, like sometimes, man, one good thing about, like, training and even doing presentations and stuff like that, you have aha moments. And for that Market Monday, that was an aha moment. Uh, I actually I never looked at stock markets, or I or basically looked at the market like that, and I'll never look at stocks the same way ever again, because now I'm seeing. Well, I'm literally trying to find roller coasters, and I'm noticing that I'm actually kind of being more productive with my actual trades that I make. And one of the things that I thought about was, like, when I what I talked about was that you want to basically, if you're going to do that roller coaster thing, like when the stock dips, when you go down, you're going to basically set it up where you're going to buy when it dips. I mean, that's not nothing new, because people do that. People actually, they actually do that. That's nothing necessarily new, buying the dip. But yeah, I actually learned that concept from actually doing that presentation. Had I probably not done that presentation, I don't know if I would even. I mean, the stars was aligned that day, and I mean, it was just like, I learned that day. Oh my God, I'm messing up, but I learned quite a bit from that that roller coaster theory is like a game changer. Oh my God, this guy is just literally giving. He's just letting me do whatever I want. But yeah, so yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, 2K, that's pretty good. You putting up a lot of, and that's what you should do, especially if you're young. You basically putting a lot of money in the market, and it's good because if you do it right, you get pretty big returns if you do it that way. You know, I was trying to do it that way before I got actually before I bought my house. I mean, well, got my house on contract. I was literally trying to do the same thing. I was, basically trying to upload on the stock market because you can make big returns. Because I at one time before I got my money out to kind of like get my house, I was loading up like over 1,000 in one account, and I was just steady trying to boost it up because I was trying to make big gains, and I did when the pandemic first started happening because I bought Blue Apron stock for a sizable amount of money, and I made like a couple $100 profit, but I lost it because I didn't put my stop loss in. So, but yeah, that's good, man. That's pretty good, man. I think that's I love it when people make money, man. I'm like Dr. Dre. I love to see young black people get money. That's what I'm all about. So, yeah. So it's time to consolidate this guy. I don't really. I mean, way he was playing was like this dude was pretty good. This guy's maybe a little kid or something. I mean, he literally he let me get away with murder. This guy, he let me get away with so much. So I don't know. Um, but yeah, I still think I have a lot to gain too. I still think I have a lot to gain too. I believe I can make like 100, 200K in the next 5 years if I just hold it long terms. Yeah, 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 yep, yeah. I mean, you young, you getting the knowledge, you soaking it up, you learning, you know, um, you increasing your positions, like you say, you buying the dips, and then you pretty much doing what I would do, and even more. And it's like, yeah, I mean, of course it's gonna pay off. I mean, you talking, you'll be surprised how much it pays off. Like you might, like sometimes, like here's another thing too. I don't know if you're interested, and I don't know your personal life or anything, but you can also, if you get skilled enough, you can also you can get actually into you can get a job as a trader, as a broker. You can get a job like as a broker, and actually, make commissions if you're that good. If you can, you don't really even have to. I don't even really think you have to be that good because they'll train you, but you can actually get a job as you can like get a Series 7. Series 7 is could be a stock let me see what the series. I believe you get is Series 7 is your stockbroker's license, but I'm not sure. Let me look that up. So you could be a securities representative. Okay, with if you can get a Series 7. So yeah, so yeah, you can get your Series 7, then you can actually work for Wall Street firms. and actually even like you can work for like investment banks and stuff like that, you know, and make a commission because a lot of those guys, and it's not. I don't think the Series 7 is that hard. I really don't because it's like general stuff, you know. So like you get your Series 7 and a lot of those guys, like for example, I remember working a bank job where I was moving computers. This guy that he was working at I was working at JP Morgan Chase, and the guy he had his Series 7, and he was just basically an investment advisor for JP Morgan Chase clients. So you know I he I know he made well over $100,000, probably just probably commission wise. He probably was making all like more than that, just off basically commission. Because a lot of those people, they make a lot of money off of commission. I don't know if you watched the show on Netflix. It's called Billions. That's a actual lifestyle of traders. Some traders, like maybe like the top tier traders. You got traders that they're good enough, and they actually are making millions of dollars off of trade commissions, because ultimately that's where, if you really want to take this far, that's ultimately where you will be, because basically, you start you a small, let's say, a small hedge fund. Okay, so you're gonna take in clients' money with fiduciary responsibilities, of course, and you'll be making commissions off of the gains that you make. Yeah, I mean, bro, let's see. Yeah, Saish or Suesh. I'm in a hotel room, man, in bumfuck Egypt, man. My internet connection is gonna be blurry, man. Bear with me, maybe like couple weeks, a month from now, man. My internet connection will be not blurry. Okay, so you know it's gonna be like that. But yeah, you basically trade your clients money, and then you make commissions off of the gains that you make with said capital. And that's pretty much how the West was won. So once you do that, once you get on that level, you pretty much you can you can buy whatever you want. You could go and then you're buying real estate at that point. It's what country you want to buy real estate in. Do you want to buy real estate in Dubai, or do you want to get you a villa in France, or a chateau, in Naples or something like that? That's what the question is. because that's ultimately what you could do at that point. Once you, you know, you got $20 million in capital gains every year, write your own ticket. This guy looks pretty serious, but at the same time, I don't know if he could beat me. Seems like he's pretty desperate, but we're gonna see what's going on. When I hear people, I ain't gonna say no names, but to each his own. When I hear people like be like, I don't trade or whatever, and they actually got money. Like it's people that have you know hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they don't trade. And it's like, man, I mean, what are you doing? I mean, you literally don't know what you missing out on. You I don't know why people would. I mean, it's just like I don't know. Some people are like they just don't know. I think they just don't know. That's ultimately what I think it boils down to, because there's no way that I wouldn't utilize that money. When I first started paper trading, and I basically took $1 million. They started off, it wasn't even, it was like simulation basically, where I basically took $1 million and I ultimately turned it into, like, at one particular time, well over $1 million. Like, I think it was like up to where, like, over $2 or $3 million that I took $1 million, and I was making $30,000 in one day, $50,000 in one day. And I saw how just simply like a novice can do that. Just basically shorting stocks and buying stocks. It was over with. It was over with. Once I figured that out, I knew that all I need is to scale higher with the same concepts that I used to make that money with that $1 million. And that was pretty much it. Like if I had $1 million and I took it to where I pretty much had like 2 point something $1 million, that means that if I had $100,000, I would have been able to turn that into at least $250,000. I mean, it's that simple. Like when I saw that I could actually do that, it was over. So imagine somebody that got $100,000 liquid cash, and they're afraid of the stock market. When the stock market can ultimately, you got when I literally, what if not nothing else, I learned from the stock market that you could make what people make in a whole year, in some cases even 2 years, in a matter of minutes, if not hours, at the most a day. When I figured that out, and I'm gonna get to you, Soul Shader. When I figured that out, that blew my mind. Only thing other than that is like that I know of. Okay, you got drug sales that you can make money like that, and then fraud, of course, credit card scams and all of that. But you have to do a lot of fraud to actually make money like that, and maybe pimping and whatnot. Um, you had like a bona fide business, but in order to have a bona fide business, you'd have to have, okay, to make $60,000 in one day, you would have to have a multi-million-dollar business to be able to do that at the very least. So to scale that, it'll take some time to do that. But when I realized that you could make $60,000 in a matter of minutes and seconds, and when my ex-girlfriend used to be a trader, when she told me about the supercomputers that JP Morgan and Lehman Brothers and all of these investment banks had, where they literally have supercomputers that are AI trading billions of capital, and they make hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions, within seconds, automatically jumping in and out of the stock market. When I realized this was years ago. When I realized this, I just chuckle at a ghetto ass nigga with $100,000 that's scared of the stock market or don't fuck with the stock market. And I know they just don't know what I know. And that's it. Because that's it. Ain't nothing else to be said about it. But the thing about it is, when I realized that, and I'm talking about this was over 10 years ago, okay? when I realized that, when she showed me the game, okay, and a little bit kind of open the door to the window of the investment banking world. I was like, okay, it's just a matter of just kind of getting things together, gathering the capital, scaling up, and I know I could do it. And then, like I say, when I did when I did paper trading, or actually like these, because you don't even have to paper trade nowadays. You could They have like simulators or whatever online. When I did that, and I realized I could take $1 million, like I said, and I scaled it up to 2.5 million, and I saw how I was making some days $30,000 a year. I mean, $30,000 in a day, $58,000 in a day. I thought to myself, like, basically, it's people that are already doing this. It's people that are already living this lifestyle. And you, my friend Soul Shader, you made $2,000 basically off of a stock. $2,000 is the average income of a Walmart worker in a month. You made that. Let me see. Did you make that in a day, or let's see here? Oh, just your total overall investment. Okay. Now, I think the most I've made with my own capital in a day is about $500. Like I say, I made this money from Blue Apron because it just pumped up, because basically during this pandemic people were panicking, and they couldn't actually get groceries. Not because people were stealing groceries, they just it was no groceries there. So the meal prep companies already have food to ship out. So HelloFresh, Blue Apron, all of these meal prep companies, they already had the food. So the reason why they made so much money and the stock jumped up so quickly is because it was a logistical nightmare. Basically, the supermarkets were designed to only have so much food and at a particular time, and then have their employees stock the shelves at a particular time at a normal rate, and they were not able to do so. So you had people that basically uh they couldn't get groceries no matter how much money they had to feed their families. They start going to the meal prep companies, and they're still doing that. Okay, because you know I'm actually even really kind of trying to think about doing that, because shit, to be honest with you, actually today I had an aha moment. I was like, I need to just create a website and sell meal kits. But I mean, you can't legally do that because you get in trouble. You have to have like licenses and stuff like that. But let's say I get all of that, because see, I can make websites. That's what thing I do very well. That a lot of people that have problems with, they'll have to pay somebody. I don't have that problem. I can just do it because that's what I do. It's one of the niche things that I do. I've been making websites since I was in college back in '99. So um, it's like, but back to Blue Apron and all of that. Like, you got people that just you know it's like, how can I not, how can I come home to my wife and children, and then I don't even have any bread. I don't have nothing to feed my family. So they immediately went to those meal prep kits, and then they stayed there. Now I was trying to find an opportunity with HelloFresh other than actually working for them on the side through like a third party company. But the stock is not the one thing I remember. I don't remember who said this. Sometimes the stock is not the company, and the company is not the stock. So HelloFresh is not independently owned. It was bought out by Kroger, and Kroger. Their stock is just, let me look at Kroger. Kroger stock is, hasn't really shown if it's it's something going on with the company, okay? Because basically Kroger is just, it's just a freaking roller coaster that's going nowhere, because it's like they haven't through this pandemic they should be making a whole bunch of money, but they're not. They're just, the stock has only made like $2 since April. Actually, yeah, $2. So sometimes you gotta watch the financials, and then even some investment analysts, they actually go a step further. They look into what the companies actually pay their executives, because some of these companies, they're greedy. So the CEO, he raids the, if the company's doing good, he gets a bonus, he gets a raise, and all of the executives get a raise. So all of that revenue that's made, it just goes to the executives. Don't get me wrong, if they can do that, they can do that. But here's the problem where it comes into stock investing. So the opportunity normally for investors to make money off of is ideally for the stock value to go up, or two, if you're on the options or short and you the stock value go down, but ultimately just a dividend, right? So you pay like let me look into this actual stock. I get I'm not gonna even try to share my screen because it's probably blurry, but I'm just basically looking at Kroger stock. I don't really know if this company is a dividend stock. Let me try to look and see if they show anything about the dividend, if this company has a dividend. Let me try to even just Google that real quick. Kroger dividend payout. Okay. So yeah, Kroger did pay a dividend actually yesterday. I'm a hound on it. Okay. I'm like a hound dog. So they paid 72 cents per share yesterday. That was your only opportunity to make money if you were holding Kroger shares, because basically the stock hasn't risen it since April. It just and I bet you if you look at the financials, if you peel back the layers of the company, that's why I invest, because when you own shares of a company, you actually own the company. So if you are a minority shareholder, which most people are, you're not on the board, they have approvals for the executives to get raises, for you know any type of bonuses that gets approved. But because see, sometimes, and I bet you this is the case with Kroger, their executives are sucking up the money, the gains for the company, and it's not going to the everyday John and Jill uh stockholder. So they're actually, you shooting yourself in the foot, trying to, if you're trying to make an investment off of Kroger, from because they own HelloFresh, which is one of the biggest meal prep companies, you're not making any returns off of that. So whereas Blue Apron is independently owned. So when their company shot up, okay, which it peaked in, because it went from being $4 to, when the pandemic happened, it shot up to $16 a share. That's when I was riding it, and it flattened out or whatever. But you have full spectrum opportunity because they were independently owned, and you know Kroger is this big ass corporate machine. So for one reason or another, there you wouldn't have made anything hardly off of the any buying of shares during this pandemic. Okay, but making 2K in 3 days versus working at Walmart in 30. Okay, unbelievable. Okay, like this is the type of stuff. This is why I mean a lot of times I forget these things, but you can become the fastest way to become a billionaire, a millionaire. And the easiest way to me is buying and selling stocks. Now, a lot of times people are one-sided with it. You got to learn how to short the stock, and it doesn't really require that much to short stocks. I mean, that was what my goal was to get my TD Ameritrade account. Now it's Charles Schwab to over 2K so I can start shorting stocks because a lot of the stocks were um a lot of times they go down in value on a daily basis, and being able to short them to make money off of the dip in price is what, because that was how when I was simulating trading with that $1 million starting off, I was able to make a lot of gains by shorting stocks. you know when you're shorting stocks, that's advanced trading because you can literally make money no matter what direction the market goes that day. So it actually, a lot of millionaires they're millionaires now because they actually did short the market, because a lot of stocks tanked during the pandemic as well, and they made a lot of money. But like I said, when I realized you have the potential to make what people make in a whole year or 2 years within a matter of minutes, if not even seconds, my whole life changed. Okay. Um, I was actually trying to do something with like Warrior Trading. He took $400. But here's the thing, he knows he's got expensive tools that he uses and knows what to use because he's an experienced trader, and he took it to over 2 years to over $1 million. That was what I was trying to do. But what I said to myself was like, okay, well, that might not work for me. Let me just do it the way I think that I want to do it. And it's basically kind of like what you're doing, just beefing up my investment accounts with monthly, bi-weekly, or even weekly basically deposits to my brokerage account, and just trading opportunities basically. And before I got my contract house, that's what I was doing. And it looks like that's what you're doing. So Shader, that's amazing, man. I mean, um, a lot of times people, they shoot for a low radar and they end up getting surprised. That 100,000 um actual kind of goal may be exceeded. Because the more money you make, a lot of times the more you can make with it. Money is like uh every dollar is like a freedom fighter. Like it recruits more money to join the fight for your freedom. Like that's out of the book. It's called Millionaire Fast Lane. But yeah, I pretty much I can't say it nonetheless. When I realized how much money can be made buying and selling stocks, um, my mind was blown. I was amazed. And that video I did on the things I learned,
trading stocks. I mean, man, I wish I had that video 10 years ago, cuz when I had the opportunity to buy Sirius out of the bankruptcy when it was 38 cents a share, I would have just, man, took my money. I would have got my mama to put in, and I would have bought 100,000 shares or whatever, or at least 10,000, and I would have just went from there, and I would have just held it, you know. But yeah, man, I don't know about other people what they think or whatever, because real estate is risky too. Real estate is risky, and it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to put in, but the thing about me is, like I say, back to self-improvement, I did my real estate move was more of a personal thing. I saw that I needed to get out of this rent trap. I seen the rent trap rearing its ugly head in the future, because I was living with my sister, and I was like, well, I know I'm gonna eventually have to get up out of here. I know the rent trap is waiting to see me. So I need to go and buy a property to escape the rent trap, and fix it up, and then basically move into it, and then go from there. And that's what I did. And I just gotta fight I gotta be in the rent trap a little bit till my house is fixed up. And then once it's fixed up, you know what I'm saying, pretty much, yeah. I might have to change the title of my name. I mean, my channel name. I might have to call myself, you know, Broke Henry or something. Because I'm definitely not gonna be broke. Already, I estimate, because I went on it with the partner. The house after the ARV is at least $50,000. So that's 25K right there. So most of the money that I put in is gonna come back, and plus you got, a house that is worth some money. It's in a money area, close to the side of Maryville, Indiana, which very nice town in Indiana. So yeah, man, I can't wait to get everything done, and get back into beefing up my investment counts and going from there. You know, I can't wait. And you definitely, though, one thing, like I say, you definitely want to protect your wins, because you don't want to actually, depending on, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing, like, it depends on what you want to do. Like, if your goal is future growth, I mean, you gotta. I guess it comes to a point where you gotta say to yourself, what am I willing to lose? How low can I go? Can I? It's like a old house music dance. How low can you go? Can you go down low all the way to the floor? Like, I mean, how low do you want to go? Like, I mean, can you go 50% of the current value, 75%? You know, I guess that's what I would say. But you know, if not nothing else, even if your stock value go low, that don't mean you gotta sell it. You could buy more. You could buy more shares. But I'm just saying, overall, uh, like, it just still comes to mind, like, what is your outlook? I think where it comes is, was what I said before, is like, I think what I would want to have is like multiple accounts, where I have one for long term investing and one for short term investing, and that's it. Like, my long term I won't touch, and the short trading, I'll just do that. So yeah, the long game definitely I've seen the light as far as the long game. You know, the long game is definitely where it's at. I mean, it is definitely where it's at. It's no question asked. You know, it's like literally you could just, I could just point at all of the trades, like, and I'd just be like, wow, if I just would have waited a month or two, I'd have had big money. You know, let alone like, um, just freaking years. I didn't even need years, like a few months. It was like, okay, boom, I'd have made, $9 of profit per share, you know. So, and I just, jumped the gun. But that's controlling your emotions. You got to control your everyday emotions. Some days you think this, or you want this, or you want to utilize the funds to trade, and this, that, and the third. It just, you gotta control that. And then, beef up your account, because as long as you got money in your account, as long as you got money, you got constant money in your account. You ain't got to worry about that stuff, because if you got cash in your account, you like, all right, well, I got money to trade. I don't have to consolidate my trades, just so I can get some capital. I got money already, So, and if need be, I can deposit some money in my account, and it'll be there immediately, or if not, 1 or 2 days, and I could just hold this trade and try to basically trade it when I get the funds. But yeah, man, I mean, I just, I don't know, man. People have money and they scared of the stock market, but they invest real estate. I mean, real estate ain't bad. I invest in real estate too, but I know the markets. I know the stock market. Some people might not know, but I definitely know. And that's why I'm not afraid to invest in the stock market, because I done seen people, I done been around rich people that made money off the stock market. I follow people that make money off of the stock market. So, I learn from these people, just, what I'm saying, just like anybody would learn from me. And it's like, I'm not necessarily, because I've been in and out, I've been in the markets for so many years. It's not something that I'm afraid of. It's not something like, oh man, I don't mess with that. Nah, it's never that, because it's just, you gotta learn rules to this. Like that guy that killed himself, he lost like $780,000. That guy actually is not too far from where I'm at right now. And well, where he was, but you want to protect your stop loss. Like, you want to protect your losses. You don't want to be caught holding the bag of the company. That's not your responsibility to hold all of the losses for a particular stock, for a particular company. That's not your game. That's not your responsibility to take the losses of the company. It's for the company to take the losses, because they can recover, they can do certain maneuvers like file bankruptcy or whatever, reorganize or whatever the case may be, borrow funds, but you as an individual investor cannot do so. So you have to utilize it. You have to look at it like, how much am I willing to risk, and can I risk this? Because it's like sometimes you don't have it to risk, I mean, he probably used some money that maybe was from his inheritance, or I don't know where he got that money from, but he got it. And obviously, you forget scared money. God damn it, that was death. That was death money. That was do or die money. You know what I'm saying? Like you definitely don't want to mess with no do or die money. Meaning you lose this money, you about to jump out the window. You definitely don't want to be messing with no money like that. Because scared money is like basically you lose it, you scared as hell because you're not gonna be able to probably pay your mortgage next month, or you're not gonna be able to pay your bills next month, or uh you scared you gonna lose everything you work for or whatever, or everything you got. That's scared money. Like when it's above scared, what's above scared? Like uh damn, like terrified money, or just yeah, death money. Like god damn it, do or die money. Like that is not what you want to be. You do not want to be investing with no money like that. And then I don't think that. Like I don't, I lose 780,000. I just lost 780,000. Shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got children, man. They gotta they gotta see their father. Like, I mean, it's people go to jail, it's people lose money every day, but god dog, I mean, you can make more money, even though that's a hellified deficit. $780,000 is a big deficit, but you know, it it uh it definitely ain't worth dying off of. Yeah, he made a bad bet and needed to do his research before buying. Yeah, I lost $700 off investing in the oil, but I ended up selling out of it and sending all the money into Apple. Yeah, I mean, I'm waiting on the oil bubble. Honestly speaking, it's literally, I mean, what is if I had to invest in oil or REITs, I would have to invest in oil because I don't know when it's gonna go up, but it's eventually gonna go up. I don't know when, and I don't, and I think the reason why it's so distressed is because for various different reasons, but I think because people may not be driving as much, and then it's just an oversupply of the market. The smallest increment of it is also people are driving more electric cars too. But that I don't think that's having that much of an impact. But you gotta imagine it is having a little bit of an impact. And then you have the hybrids that also may have a somewhat limited impact, but an impact nonetheless. In yeah, a pandemic where people are not going hardly that many places that they used to go. And even before the pandemic, oil was low because it was an oversupply and it was inflated to begin with. So theoretically, on the base level, if you could buy a whole bunch of oil and put it in a container, because you know when you as a general person that goes to the gas station to get gas, you notice the prices do go up. They sometimes go down, but they've been known to go up. So with that same conceptual theory, you buy a whole bunch of stocks and you unload on them and then you hold them. I just don't see any other way as a person if they have money to do so, do not do that, because I just don't see why they won't go up. They will eventually have to go up, but I don't know when. You know, gold is up. You know, but yeah, it's a hellified anomaly. But in just my opinion, it just seems like oil will eventually go up. Oh yeah, if he bought a whole bunch, if he bought Amazon stock, because that happened like within, if that happened within like a few, it's like in the span of 6 months that happened. Because I mean, Amazon is on fire. Okay, if he would have just put it in Amazon, he'd be straight. He'd be flexing on Instagram with vacation poses. You know, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's a lot of things he could have done. See, like he could. I wish somebody like that would reach out to me, because the thing is that I probably could have saved his life. Because one, if he's not experienced, I wouldn't be telling him to do any options trading. Because I don't even do any options trading. I'm not an options expert. I'm not even a freaking stock expert. I know quite a bit. I know quite a bit to make some money, but I ain't never gonna say I'm an expert. I ain't no Art Charles I can. Shoot. I be learning. I watch interviews, and I research the man or whatever, or you know what I'm saying. But a lot of people don't even know who he is. I researched Robert Smith way before he gave a whole bunch of money in to Morehouse, and for years. Um, you know what I'm saying, like back in the days when I had Black Enterprise subscriptions, like over 10 years ago. But if he came to me, I would have brokered a deal where he gave me some money under the table, and we would trade with his money. And basically, I'm not that risky of a person that I'm going to risk all of the money all at one time. And then I'm definitely, like now, like it's definitely in the last 6 months, I definitely know about stop loss. So what I would have done, we would have made some money together, because I would have used his capital to make me some money and make him some money. Because one thing about somebody with fiduciary responsibilities, they don't make no money unless you make some money. Meaning, if if he gave me, let's say he gave me 250,000 dollars, I can't get any money until he makes money from that capital. So if I'm not making no money, I mean, if he's not making no money off of the trades that I implement, then I ain't making no money. And I ain't trying to do nothing where I'm not making any money. So I'm going to what? Be trying to make money. But, it just goes into a whole kind of applesauce. Cuz I bet you he was probably following people that was giving him advice on how to trade options, and it was not, I'm not saying it probably was bad advice, but he probably was in over his head. Yeah, pretty much. Could have done a lot of things. He could have done a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, if he would have just gave me that money, I would have made money. If he would have gave me all of that money, he'd be still alive. He'd be still in Naperville chilling. And I would have make money, and I wouldn't be broke genius no more. And I wouldn't steal a dime from him, because I'm not about money like that. I'm not a scam artist. Because the thing is that if I was a scam artist, I would already be one. Because money does not, I don't worship money. I know how to make money with the little money that I have. And if I got more money, I'm just gonna make more money with it. I don't have to steal anybody's money. You know what I'm saying? My right state of mind, I'm not stealing anybody's money, because basically somebody came to me and was like, you know what, here you go. I need some money. I know you know how to trade. Let's make a deal or whatever. I'm only gonna make a commission. I'm gonna be like, all right, I need to get 15% off of the capital gains that I make for you. So let's just do the math here. So let's just say uh the average daily trade volume or whatever, like I made $15,000 for him in one day, or anybody in one day. So you take that times 15%. I get a $2,250 commission, off of that gain of $15,000. Okay, so you just take $15,000 minus $2,250. He made $12,000, $12,750 by basically playing video games and sitting around or just having little daily meetings with me about how his investment account is doing, and he'd be alive. And I'm not saying it's gonna be like every day is gonna be money is gonna be made, but best believe, you know, because you don't make any money until you make gains. So I'm gonna be trying to be making gains, okay, so I can get money like that. Then I ain't gonna do nothing but use that same money and then put it in my own personal brokerage account and make money off of it. Then basically, my name, Broke Jeans, will quickly change immediately. But people gotta respect people's gangster. Like, I mean, the man didn't know me. I'm sure he probably never even came across my channel. A lot of people don't really know me, but sometimes, a lot of times, people don't respect people's gangster. People probably see my channel and be like, this guy doesn't know how to trade. But see, here's the thing. This is the key. That man dead and gone. I started my Robinhood challenge 2 years ago. I still have the same $40. I mean, the same capital that I had when I started. And I've not blown my account since then. I ain't made hardly no money. Only time I made money was like a couple months ago. I had a run where I got my account above the $40 mark and I was all celebrating and stuff. But the last time I checked my Robinhood account, I got $27 in that account. Okay. So yeah, I might have lost some money, but I still got that same capital in there. I ain't lose all of my account. I ain't blow my entire account. So I mean, the thing is you talking about small money. I can only take so much risk, you know, because it's a very small account, damn near mission impossible. But I mean, if I had, let's say, uh, $400,000, you know, I'm $4,000. I could do a lot more with that versus $40. I mean, come on. You talking about I started my account, I started the Robinhood challenge with the equivalent of quote unquote what you give, you know, a broad to have sex with her. A cheap broad to have sex with her. So I mean, of course, it's kind of difficult. It's kind of difficult of a challenge. That's why I did it. Because I'm like, well, if I could do this, I could prove to myself, and then I could also prove that I know what the hell I'm doing. Now, at the very least, I halfway know what the hell I'm doing, or maybe a third, because I got $27 in my damn account last I checked. And then I've even showed where I've actually made money. I've showed receipts where I got my account above that $40 mark, and I still am holding the same investment that I started over 2 years ago. At the very least, I ain't blew my entire account with, even if it's just $40. Okay, so I mean, you know, yeah, if dude got with me, he definitely, he would have, it would have been like the equivalent of someone finding uh, a savior. I would have been his savior literally, because definitely would have blown his entire account. Not no 700,000. Nah, that's too much money. It's a lot of a cushion to not lose, because I wouldn't even need to use all of that capital. I wouldn't even trade with all of that capital. You know, and I definitely would have put my stop losses in every trade. And then with that amount of money, you're able to actually truly day trade. So I would have been able to do all kind of stuff. But I wouldn't necessarily do that with his money. I would do that with my own money that I made. Like I would do some AI trading, set up some AI trading simulators to just automatically trade. But you know, yeah, I think that the reason, bruh, cause of EV. So I just moved all the money into EVs and already started profiting right now. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, I hope I don't miss Neo, like where it just takes off to where it's like I can't even get in, where it's like it starts to go to where it's like $60, $80, 120, and then it's like, damn, I'm still broke because I had the opportunity to just buy a caboodle load of Neo stock, and I just didn't. I didn't buy it and hold it, you know. But I mean, as long as somebody did that I know or whatever, is cool. I made my first $100 all at once from investing into dividend stocks. Then I became a believer. Now I have a plan to get $100 to $1,000 and get it monthly once I'm ready. Yeah, I mean, basically you can start to, you know, basically what you just set goals for yourself. Which with stocks is just like business. Like you set a goal for yourself. You like, I think I was writing down some goal lists. I mean, I think I wanted to ultimately get my account to 1,000, and then get it to where, just kind of like my millionaire savings plan, but just stock market related, and then just beef the account up to where ultimately you're doing good when you got over 25,000 in your account and you can actually day trade. That's that I think $25,000 is actually it's like a it's like a significant accomplishment, because you could actually like get your day trader badge and be a day trader. You can day trade as much as your heart is content. It can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can hop in and out of the market whenever you want to. Um, other than OTC stocks without a commission, and that's it. Like, that is like where I would say to start. That's like an ultimate thing. When you got over 25,000, you're doing something. You got your It's like levels to it. It's like, God, start off with 1,000. I definitely say, if anybody listening, if you want to start the stock market, you should start with about 1,000. You start with 1,000, try to work your way up, 1,000, then 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Then, get your day trader badge. Once you get your day trader badge, then, scale up as much as you can, get to 50, get to 100, then your 100K, get your 100K badge. Then you go, try to knock on the $1 million door, then you join the millionaires club. You know what I'm saying? get your millionaires club badge. You know that's how you do it. But I think to start the $25,000 mark is definitely one of the badges. That's when you know you're doing something. I mean, a lot of people already have a lot of money, so that's nothing to them to put $25,000 in their account. But some people just don't have that, to put in. But it's a big deal to me, you know. Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope Neo can shoot up, man. It's like I hope so. I hope they can, man. That'll be something great, man. See, I'm trying to see what Neo is gonna is it gonna just stay in China or is it gonna come out of China? I think if Neo comes out of China, it's the equivalent of Godzilla coming out of Japan and going to like the America, like swimming in the sea and then coming to New York. Once Neo does that, Tesla is definitely gonna be not liking that. They ain't gonna like that, you know. Um it's another EV company in America. Can't think of the name, but I saw a commercial. Um it's another EV company in America that they're at the R&D development phase, and they got some like kind of luxury EV that looks like it's pretty looks pretty good. Yeah. Um yeah, if Neo not Nikolai. Nikolai is I think trucking. They're in the EV trucks. It's another company. Let me Google it cuz I saw something about it, you know. See. Yeah, this is I don't it's an old article. Let's see here. I think it's Fisker. I want to say it's Fisker. Yeah, I believe it's Fisker. Yeah. So yeah, Fisker is one of those companies that trying to kind of get into the market. They trying to get out the R&D phase and the innovation phase and the prototype phase to actually put a product out to mass produce to compete with Tesla. I think they're private. Uh, yeah, it's actually. Let me see here. It's actually Fisker. It's not Fisher. It's Fisker. Let me see here. Yeah, it's Fisker. Let me see here. I think it's Fisker. Let me see. Bro. Yeah, I think it is Fisker. Fisker Automotive. Let's see here. Wait, no, it's not. No, that's not it. They went. It's not Fisker. Fisker went bankrupt. See, that's what happened. Happens. These EVs, they go. They like pretty much. It takes so much R&D to develop these cars. Then basically they go bankrupt. Because they just run out of money. And Fisker is one of those where they ran out of money. And yeah, they literally ran out of money. So I'm trying to think of I'm trying to see what car company that was. Says let 9 electric car companies to watch. Let's see here. Biden. It might be Faraday. I think it might be Faraday. Yeah, it was something with an F. It was. I think no. It might have no. This company is Lucid. Lucid. Yeah. This because I remember the actual car. It's actually Lucid. Yeah. So it's actually Lucid. So let me see here. Let me put this in the chat. So yeah, they got funding from like they got the Saudi oil money to actually help them with funding. It's Lucid. So yeah, I mean it's a few out there that they're trying to get in there. Electric is the wave of the future. It literally is. It's no question about it because you can actually what I think is gonna happen is and it's not really happening on a big scale, very minute scale. They're gonna start like converting existing cars to EV. They already have a market for it. It's a niche market. They have packages that you can buy that you can convert your vehicle to an EV. And it's like a kit that you could buy and you convert your existing car, take the engine out and then basically install an electric engine with the transmission that you already have with the car's existing transmission and then basically operate with electric basically power and one I mean they already are trying to they already have kits for certain vehicles and just about um I don't know if they got them for all vehicles, but basically, they have conversion kits that you can literally convert your car to run off electricity instead of just gasoline. Like I think the wave of the future is they're gonna have it where you can you can just bring your car in for a couple days and then they just convert your car from gas to electric. And when they get to that point, gasoline definitely oil is definitely going to be not needed. I mean, is definitely gonna be like a Trojan horse, for oil, which is probably gonna be good for the environment because you stop drilling and close a lot of these refineries or whatever, and pollution drops. And then here's the thing. Here's another thing. This is gonna get in geopolitical talk. Uh, it's a old movie. It's not really that old, but I forgot the name of that movie. But it was Matt Damon was in it. I think it was called Syriana. I think that was the name of it. But it was a line in that movie where Matt Damon said basically, um, before you had oil, because he was talking to the some like Arabian businessman or whatever in somewhere in the Middle East, and he was like, before you guys had oil, you literally had nothing basically. And it's like, well, these oil producing nations that primarily make over 75% of their capital gains off of oil. Well, what is that going to look like? What is that going to look like when oil is not needed? When you got electric cars everywhere, you got poor people driving hoopties that's EVs. I mean, what is that world going to look like with Saudi Arabia, Iran, and Kuwait, and Iraq, and what all these companies, I mean, countries that they primarily their income is based off of oil revenues. Well, it's going to be interesting because slowly I think that is the wave of the future. And then you're already seeing people buying solar panels. People are getting solar panels installed in their homes. I mean, I'm seeing that in Illinois. I mean, you would just think that would maybe in like sun states like Phoenix, Arizona, or California, but no, like literally in Illinois, people are installing solar panels because it is enough sunlight that you can actually get voltage and wattage from the sun. But yeah, I mean, what is the world going to look like with all this electric power, um, all this electric cars, gasolines, primarily will be shut down, oil refineries. I mean, already right now, okay, few months back, they had where oil was being traded on a negative price. The oil barges was just sitting out in the bay, not coming in because just oil just came to a complete utter halt. Then you have countries that are already dependent on oil, such as Venezuela. They're basically their entire economy just collapses. I mean, they were showing pictures. I don't really know what's going on now, but you gotta imagine it's not going great. You got people eating um meat scraps out of the garbage can because the country doesn't have the welfare to provide for its citizens because it was primarily making a lot of money off of oil. For example, Citgo is a company that is a Venezuelan owned company. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's already you kind of getting a taste of it. Like for literally dead ass Venezuela, they were very dependent off their oil revenues, and with oil tanking, it literally is tanking their economy. So it's gonna be quite interesting. because I don't see I don't see EV slowing down. Okay, I just don't see them slowing down. A lot of times, you know, like an old dude told me, he said a lot of laws, they don't digress, they progress. So it's like with certain things, I think it's, with these EVs, I don't see it digressing. I see it progressing. I mean, they're talking about million mile batteries and stuff like that, and lifetime batteries. I just don't see it digressing. I mean, I'm talking to somebody that might be a millionaire in my chat, and then I'm definitely trying to be a millionaire. You know, I don't see me not investing in making money off of EV stocks, in the near future. Just I don't see it. I mean, you already made money making money off of EV stocks. I don't see it digressing. Not at all. Okay. Yeah, you got yacht. You got yacht coming off his yacht. Agree with you, Neo. I got in a few months ago. Wish I'd done it earlier than that. Check out Canoe. Oh, Canoe. I never heard of that one. Man, when y'all start talking, boy, I'd be like really pondering, man. I'd be like, wow. I'd be blown away, man. Yeah, BGS talked about the issues with oil. He told me before I invested into oil, and I regret not listening to him. I should have been buying up. Oh yeah, Neo stock. Yeah. Oh yep, definitely. Yeah. Now I'm looking at this canoe, and I'm like, I never heard of this. I never heard of this. Wow. Well, they got a waiting list. They got a waiting list for. Let me share my screen. I don't even. I'm gonna just see how it looks. I'm gonna share my screen because this is quite interesting. So this is canoe here. Godly. Wow. Okay. Oh boy. Oh my God. This is just like it's like getting in the futuristic big cube. Wow. They got a waiting list. You can design your own electric car. This is crazy. Wow. They got like it's like it's a lot of room. I mean, look at this. It has like uh jacuzzi style seating. I mean, it's crazy. Wow. It's amazing. And they already got okay, so it's got a 250-mile range, 28-minute charge time to 80% charge, rear wheel drive, top speed 125 miles per hour, uh and drive unit 300 HP electric motor. I know what horsepower is. I know what 300 horsepower is, and I'm gonna tell you 300 horsepower on a vehicle is very very fast. Um the last vehicle that I had that was 300 horses, I had a 2005 Volvo XC90 V8 engine. Man, that thing used to just go through snow like nobody's business. It would be so fast. I mean, I was like it was so fast. It was a very fast. The other car that I had was 300 horses. Was a 2003, no, 1999 Mercedes E450. I mean, that thing had an AMG engine. It was, I think it was probably one of the fastest cars I ever had because I would go past people in a car and the car would start looking like little GI Joe figures after a few like maybe 5 or 6 seconds. And it was just so fast. Like I want to get another one of those because I mean it was just so fast. But let me see if they have a price on this because I mean definitely money is definitely an object for me. It's not necessarily, I mean money is definitely I'm you know it's not like I'm like, oh okay, I could just buy this, let me just get on the waiting list. I mean, what is the price? They're not showing the price, so now I have to try to Google the price if they even showing what the price is. um yeah, so it's like a microbus, that's what they're saying. So okay, subscription only. Oh, so you got to sign up for a subscription to be a beta tester, and it'll be like $900 a month. Wow. Okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay. Man, that's very interesting. Um. So here's the thing about if a company is publicly traded or not. Once you get to a certain level, it really don't even matter. Because here's a let me show you something that I mean you probably already heard about, but it's a company called Crunchbase. So let's go to Crunchbase. I think I'm still sharing. Yeah, I'm still sharing. So okay. So you can get into a company that's private. All companies can, well, most companies they look for capital, and they look for investment. So you can actually get on the ground floor of a company before they even go public. Right. So but some companies they take a certain amount of capital. So but actually this company it's on the market. So that's quite interesting because I didn't know that they IPO'd actually August of 2020. Um, it's a limited common stock. I've never heard of this company. So they $93 a share, so wow. So there's another one for you. You think you can hang Soul Shader? Think you can hang with that? Oh, Z Ping. Z Ping. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Z Ping. See here. Oh, okay. Z Ping or X Ping. Okay. Another one to watch. They got offices in California. Z Ping. What do they make? Got a G3, little smart SUV. Okay. G3. It's very expensive. but this is in yen, so I don't know what the conversion rate is for 162,000 yen. Let me share my screen again. So this is this thing here. So AI voice integration, G3X ping. All right. I had enough. Okay, what is yen to dollar? Or is this yen? This is not yen. This is Chinese yuan, right? Yuan to dollar. Okay. All right. So 162,800. All right. $4,000 is pretty cheap. Wow. So that's their base model. I mean, that's the most expensive model actually. So they got some that's a lot less. Kind of looks like a Honda Pilot, X Pilot. It's got all kind of like integrated music systems. Um, okay, I'm gonna look at the see if they got the specs. Learn more. I mean, it looks like they already selling this. Like this is already for sale. They already have this authorized retailer. But it probably most likely it's just being sold in China. Yeah, it's a Chinese company. I can't see the model, the freaking specs. Oh, here. This is the P7 specs. P7 specs. Let's see what that's talking about. All right. This is a more expensive car. It's, maximum speed, kilometers to hours. What is this, man? Oh, okay, so 105 miles per hour. That's pretty slow. Okay. I mean, you don't need to. I mean, you can't really, in Illinois, you can't go over the speed limit. You can get like charged for that. It's like a felony, I believe. But you got quite a bit of features. So many. It's just so much, so many features. Literally, it's like it's like a tech car. I mean, it's got so many features. It's ridiculous. So let me see here. How many horses does it have? Hmm. I don't even know what this is. They got different specs or whatever. Uh, I don't know. I give up. But yeah, it's something another thing to definitely watch. I'm still stuck on Canoe. Um, I'm like, whoa, okay. I I I can buy XP in stock. Yeah, I can find it on a broker. Use M1 Finance. Can't find Hit on my broker. Oh yeah, some broker gonna let you. Yeah, yeah. TD Ameritrade is pretty good, man. You definitely if you wanna have like more wide variety of abilities to trade certain stocks and even ETFs. TD Ameritrade is pretty good with that because, for example, UVXY, I'm not able to trade that on uh interactive brokers, but I'm able to trade it with TD Ameritrade. You know, yeah, yeah, you could you could trade Nintendo stock through TD Ameritrade. It's an OTC stock. So for example, like um um Dodge, or let me see what it's Dodge. It's Fiat Chrysler Group. So yeah, it's actually, let's see, it's some subsidiaries. Okay, Fiat Chrysler Automobiles. They must have got bought out recently. Okay, 14. So yeah, Dodge is people buying a lot of Hellcats. Okay, um, you know, people are really talking about Hellcats. Like it's a whole movement. Like people are breaking their necks to buy Hellcats. Like I mean, you know, they're but they're actually owned by Italian Auto Group. I mean, it's not an American company, but yeah, certain brokerage accounts won't let you trade certain stocks. Yeah, I mean Neo seems like it's one of those companies that's gonna break out. It already broke out. I mean, Neo was trading. Let me look at Neo. Let's look at Neo. Let's look at the case for Neo. Okay, so Neo was actually trading. See what they were doing. It's where I jump ship. Let's go back a year today. I mean, let's go to the max. So they broke out in 2008 at $9, but let's go back to um 2018, not 2008. Let's go back to just this year. Look at the opportunity here. October of last year, $1.46. Okay. I I gotta get up and walk around. I'm sorry. It's, it's hurt my feelings. I gotta take a break for a while. Just focus on that. I'll be right back. So you buy a whole, you just buy a whole for a year. I mean, you know, just with what you just made in profit, Soul Shader. I mean, you pretty much you had enough to buy at least 2,000 shares. You know, current price $56,000. Okay. I mean, just like that within 1 year. It's just crazy. How basically you just gotta. I'm just speaking for myself. I have to look at the buy and hold method as just it's just law, written unwritten law, because trying to make short trades, like I say, it's fine to a certain degree, but then you miss. I've missed more Neos and other companies than I've made off of short term investments or swing trading, day trading. I've missed more of those type of big slam home runs than I've actually made money off of day trading. So I'm more. I don't. I will if I'll say this, from my own perspective, I definitely have stopped necessarily being a swing trader or day trader. I've definitely I'm holding stocks for a longer period of time than I normally have. I just have. Okay. So I will say that I am more of a long term trader. I'm not saying that I'm disciplined enough right now that I can hold off for a whole year or uh you know I definitely am holding for months. I've trained myself to hold for months, and that's doing me some type of justice. But I'm just trying to increase that time. But yeah, I mean, you can see it just within a year. I mean, it's taken off. I mean, I say that. Let me look at them again and give a little, because I really don't even I haven't even looked at the actual company in a minute. What are they actually doing? What company, what cars are they making? Because I mean, all of this talk about them, what are the products? So they got a couple products. Let me share my screen again. Got a couple products that they got on the market. Let me actually see what they're actually doing. So we're gonna keep this share open for a while because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I see. So this is one of their products, the Neo EC6. Okay. So they just got a video. All right. Let's see what they're talking about. All right. So looks pretty good. I mean, it's some type of, I don't, it's like a luxury type of vehicle, definitely. It's very nice leather. I mean, that's some premium, high quality looking leather color. I like those. I like cars with the like modern leather, colored leather look or whatever. It definitely is pretty good. Um, definitely is pretty decent. And they got their own type of like power wall. So it's look like they taking the Tesla playbook, and they actually kind of, you know It's got like a Chinese version of Tesla. All right. Yeah, yeah, they following, they definitely following the Tesla model. I want to see the specs, but I'm not seeing the specs. Let's see here. Not seeing the specs. EC6. All right, well, we'll Google the specs. EC6 Neo EC6 specs. Let's see. Specs. Okay, 62 miles per hour in 4.7 seconds. 544 horsepower. Wow, that's fast. Wow, that is pretty fast there. So yeah, they got something going on there. Let me look at their crunch base too, because even if a company is actually private, I mean public, they still got a crunch base profile. So let me look up Neo. So yeah, they got people investing some big money into them. Okay, so you know, so they got they got some money invested in this company. Okay, financials. Let's see here. You got 10 rounds of funding, 12 lead investors, 29 number of investors. Okay, so they closed out a lot of stuff when they IPO'd. All right, well, there you have it. There you have it. Now, let's see here. Say, let's see where we go. Okay, all right. Yeah, he seems like he has a level head. He bought the company back from the brink of bankruptcy. Okay. Um, I miss Zoom and Square. Zoom was at $70 when I saw it, and Square was at 50 before COVID. I was so mad at myself for not buying. Man, you ain't half of the world. Okay, Zoom. Let's look at Zoom. All right. I mean, just people just didn't see a lot of stuff coming. I mean, they just didn't. Just got blindsided. God, dog is taking off. Let's go back. Let's go back a year. Oh my freaking lord. I mean, because see, you know what this is? This is all pandemic right here. So this is the power. This is the power of the this is the power of the pandemic in this technology, right? Because I'm on StreamYard. Definitely, we definitely got to look at StreamYard too while I'm on Crunchbase. We'll go back to Crunchbase. So the world went to Zoom. That's how you gotta look at this. This $500,000. I mean, $500 profit that you would have made off of each $62 share that you would have bought a year ago. If you go back 5 years, I mean, well, they pretty much ain't never been no punk. They've been a gangster for the last. If you go back 5 years, they've been pretty steady at 60. That was the valuation. The normal, valuation was about $62. But the whole world went to Zoom. College courses, grammar school courses. My daughters, they go to preschool and kindergarten through Zoom. The entire world. Like when me doing, well, I'm going back into the office now. Okay, but before the office and even while I'm in the office, my meetings are through Zoom. My While I was at home working from home, it was all through Zoom. Okay, corporate companies, literally the entire world is dependent on Zoom. Okay, this is probably going to go higher because it's not going to change. I mean, but this is way out of like no man's land of being able to even afford to buy a share. But this $500 share price that you would have made off of 60 something dollars is it was unpredictable. But all you had to do was just, okay, here's the thing. Let's go 6 months. You all you had to do was just buy it when it was here because it was out of range. But go ahead and you know don't pay your mortgage for 2 months. go go on and buy go on and buy 20 shares, right? 20 shares or whatever. 20 shares would have been 20 times. Wait, 20 times $559. You would have not paid your mortgage for about 2 months. Had a ding on your credit report, but you'd have made $11,000 off of it. You'd have been able to pay your mortgage for the whole year off of missing two payment using the money for two payments. But I mean, nobody, not too many people predicted this. I mean, I knew it was gonna go high because it's like freaking a 1+1 situation. It's a 1+1 idea. Zoom is they had what people needed. People needed it. Companies needed it. Governments. People are actually getting charged and going to prison through Zoom. It's like court cases are being handled through Zoom. Like this shit is crazy. This is literally like the pandemic. It's like just call it Zoom. The Zoom pandemic because they literally this is how they made most of their money off of this. And they were already making money before then, but this is like, oh, you need us, we got what you need. You need us. We got the product for you, and there you go. I mean, this is just one company, guys. This is just one company. I've already talked about this. Okay, so you got to sign you got people that are buying mortgages, man. I mean, signing paperwork for mortgages, man. DocuSign player. Oh, it just one tool of the puzzle. 1 year, $66, $234. DocuSign is one of the leaders in document signing companies. Okay, their documents are admissible in the court of law. I mean, people they're not meeting in public or whatever because of COVID. They're signing documents through DocuSign. People getting hired to work from home through DocuSign and filling out all of their paperwork through DocuSign. $66, but you wouldn't have had the same gain as you would as Zoom, but it's the same tail. There's another one. I don't even have to even think that hard. I mean, What's another thing that's pretty much COVID related? Basically, we can't meet in person, so I need to use technology to send documents through something. Or okay, I think Box is owned by, well, yeah, Box is definitely one of those. Let's see what they did. Eh, yeah, they I don't know. They didn't do that much. Okay, let's think of something else. Let's think of let's see. COVID, pandemic related. Let's see here. DocuSign, Zoom. Okay. People are in the house. Here's the slam dunk. Here's the slam dunk here. Ain't nobody, none of y'all say nothing about Wayfair, but that's all I've been talking about. Y'all you heard over DocuSign. I'm heard over Wayfair. I mean, $23. What if you, instead of anything you said, you bought Wayfair back in March? I mean, I'm talking 7 months ago, you bought Wayfair, okay, at $23 a share. This is pandemic related. This is more of an impact to me. I don't know. This is up there with Zoom as far as I'm concerned. $23 and it jumped up 1,000. Uh, man, I mean, 1,000%. I mean, like this is up there with Zoom as far as one of those things where it's just like went crazy. I mean, I mean, like literally, I just, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, you definitely don't want to sit on those sidelines. Definitely don't. That's why I'm talking about this. Like, I could talk about stock talk for a long time, right? Right. I still see growth in Shopify Square. That's another one. I mean, Shopify is definitely one. I gotta leave that open. Shopify, whatever, is definitely one of those. Because it's like, people are, but Shopify, yeah, it had a high entry level. Okay. I'm gonna show you something goofy that I missed out on. That I did miss out on, but I was trying to gauge how to make some money, some opportunities. I'm gonna show you something goofy that I missed out on. Okay. This is something goofy that I missed out on. I knew people were into sports. People, like, for example, when I went to go try to buy golf bags, I couldn't hardly find anything because people already bought them, up off the golf bags because they were going golfing. People were going fishing. I mean, I ended up buying fishing rods. I bought golf bags. I mean, a golf club set, because it's like, at one time it was not that much to do. You know, so it's like this company. I was like, basically, all right, people are gonna buy a lot of sporting equipment because people are bored. They want to, go outside and buy sporting good equipment. I was right, but where I was messed up at, in the head, because I didn't have any patience to go with my notion. Because, like, yeah, it dropped off at like zero. Like, even in April, I still had a chance because I did buy it, but I didn't hold it. I didn't hold it. So, basically it's at $9. This is just goofy. I mean, you know, I could have bought 1,000 shares, and you know what I'm saying, and here you go, right? Because my notions, I'm right on my notions. I don't put the patience in for those same notions. So you go back here, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's just so many. It's too much to even. It's just crazy. But yeah, you got Square. Square is another one. Square is an old one. I knew it was gonna go up, but it was expensive from the start. Um, but wow, it this is just taking off. It's just taking off. What? Wait, I don't know why this is choosing. Oh, this is wait Mexican MXN. What is this? I'm not on Mexican pay. What the hell? Um, let me see here. Square. All right. Why is this saying MXN? Hold on. Well, something is. Let me go here to Yahoo Finance. Let's see here. All right. Okay. Square. Uh, why is so yeah, it's $186. I guess my other browser thought I was in Mexico or something. I don't know. But yeah, let me go back a year to date. So yeah, it is an opportunity here. It's not as a big of an opportunity as the other ones. I'm gonna go back to my Google, but um yeah. So you said somebody I saw Okta. Definitely that's a big one too. Okay, so um yeah, you double your money. It dropped off. It dropped off a little bit to like $96. You double your money, but I mean, ain't nothing like Wayfair. I mean, Wayfair Zoom type come up. Show me a come up like that. Like, you know, I'm trying to even think of like come ups like that, like how it just came up. But um, let's see. Yeah, Uber and Lyft it's ways to go. It's got a ways to go. It's got a ways to go. If you can buy, yeah, I think that people slept on Okta. Also, I just wanted, good, okay, okay, okay. Yep, tech is definitely on its way up. Because see, here's the thing with tech, right? Tech is needed. Like when you and your companies are working from home, you need tech. You need tech to keep your company going because you need this technology to work in order to keep your company solvent. The companies need tech more than ever needed it because they're depending on they're depending on this like remote economy now. So the tech is fueling this. And I said I was gonna look at Crunchbase again, and I want to look at StreamYard. But StreamYard is an opportunity, you know, to actually make some money. You best believe StreamYard is a cheap Zoom. You best believe that. It's just two guys, man. Two young guys. They getting paid, man. But you know what? You know the funny thing about them? They don't look like they trying to take on any funding. They got 10 employees. They doing all of this really with like ten employees. And this is just like this they're private, so you know, it's just an estimation. I mean, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily anything that um is I mean, I'm sure they got people that are trying to get in on them, but they let's see here. I'm trying to get out of this, but okay, so yeah, so I mean, I don't know, maybe they small time, but I don't know, man. I think they have the potential to definitely go big time. Yeah. It's definitely. But I mean, you got like look at this shit. Like I'm look at this shit again. Like 72 cent. Okay. This company here. Like people are into sports. I mean, I just saw it. I saw like simply, oh, okay, yeah. So they're selling out of fishing rods. Oh, they're selling out of tennis rackets and selling out of golf club sets. Oh, let me buy some sporting goods stock. Oh, this came up in one of my scans. Boom, bought it, didn't hold it, and lost out. Lost out on the party. Left the party too early. And this is an old company. You know, let's go back 5 years. Like, I mean, I saw the potential because they're an old company. They're doing good. And they got 434 stores, you know. Oh, Carvana. Let's look at Carvana. Shoot, another one. Is this enough for you? 35 $35 to 200. 35. I mean, this is March of this year. It's like close to $200 profit enough for you. This is Zoom level, Wayfair level type pandemic profits. You know, this is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't even share. Hold on. Let me share my screen. I didn't share it, I don't think. We share it. So wait. So like I was saying, $30 March 19th of this year. You know, they bottomed out $29. So, you know, how's close to $200 profit per share? Is that enough for you? Like, I mean, this is like Zoom type, Wayfair type profits you're talking about here. This is another one, okay, that people missed out on. People had money for the people because people had credit and they had capital. And people were getting unemployment checks and government stimulus checks. They were still working. Some people, a lot of people, and they were buying cars from the click of a button on their computer and having their car delivered to their house or going to the do you guys know about Carvana? First of all, let me ask you, do you know about Carvana? Like, basically how they operate or how you can buy cars from them? Because I mean, literally, they have car vending machines. Like these people literally, like they're revolutionary. Like all of the stuff that I mentioned, they have that. They're a revolutionary, innovative company. Uh, their stock has a trajectory, a steady trajectory, and it has a following because they IPO'd 2017, $11 a share. Um, yeah, their lowest point was well, actually, their lowest point was their IPO, $11, 2017. So their 52 week low was $22. So I guess $22 was somewhere during probably this day, March 18th. It bottomed at probably at $22 mark, and boom, okay. The high was 242. So that was probably this day, August 6th. So you have Zoom, Wayfair, Carvana. Okay. That I mean, just I'm talking about ridiculous amounts of profit. I'm not talking about your $100 and it makes you $200. I'm talking about freaking $22 makes you $200 a share. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. When I was saying earlier, people don't, they don't. I hear people talking about they don't invest in the stock market. Are you shitting me? You don't invest in the stock market. You can't make no profits off no real estate with no goddamn it. Unless the oil is under the ground, you can't make that type of money on no damn property and no real estate. In no way. You ain't making no real estate making no god doggone 2,000% profit margin unless you find gold up under the house. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. I don't really care. You know, if it whatever makes you feel good. But the thing is this like that's that's that. I mean it literally like yeah. I mean so much money was like literally made with that time frame. Like those are like I know it's more stocks. I can't. I mean, I guess I can Google it. What companies, what stocks? made the most gains during um the coronavirus. During okay, coronavirus outbreak. Because I know of some geeks or journalists that's been keeping track. So let me share my screen again. Because I picked three just off the strength. Okay, so huh? This is what they talking about? I know this ain't what they talking about. Oh, this is from April. This is an old article. No, this is from April 13th, 2019. No, this is I want something that is like recent. I want something that's like yeah, I you know what? Let's check out Netflix. But no, I don't hear nobody talking about what I'm talking about, like what the biggest I mean, I know people have kept track. Yeah, Netflix, you only made double you would only made double your money. That's I'm not talking about that. Like I'm talking about like literally like you put in $20 and you making your $20 back and plus $200 a share. Almost ridiculous. Like I mean, I'm talking about money that somebody tell you go if somebody would have told you, like say for example, if I would have told you 7 months ago, $30 would have got you 200 plus your $30 back. You would have for sure, no doubt in your mind, you would have been like, Bro Genius is basically he's a scammer. He's talking about he's gonna give you it's basically a scam. You get I give him $30 and he's promising you $200 plus your $30 back. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I mean, it's crazy. So, yeah, I don't see like I don't see any articles because this is like old articles. I don't see anybody talking about this. Like, I literally can blog this. I can blog this on my blog, and it'll be like better than because ain't nobody talking about what I'm talking about. And that's what I actually do. I'll make a blog post, and then I'll put some stuff on there on my blog and take care of that because ain't nobody talking about that. You know what I'm saying? I see news articles, but they're old articles from like back when the pandemic was going on, like April, March, some in May and June. I mean, by then, yeah, some companies took off, but I'm talking about the last 6 months, a year's time frame. I don't see any companies, any news articles talking about that. But yeah. So let's see here. I agree. Agri tech and different offshoots of tech like agri is utilizing drones in the pandemic due to lack of manpower to do surveys. Let's look this up. Agri tech, ag tech stock. Mm, Yeah, they it's like a it's like a 300% profit margin. That's pretty good. That's not bad. It looks like an Indian company. Mm, Agritech. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to think of another. It's gotta be. I know it's like more companies that just made ridiculous profits from this pandemic. I got three. I know it's more. I know it's more, but I haven't found any more that was just like that much ridiculous. So I mean, I'm gonna open up a profit margin calculator. I mean, I got let me see here. This is one. Okay, so you got let's just look at Wayfair back again. All right, so let's do the math here. Let's do the math here. So initial investment. Let's just go with let's just go with the low. The 52-week low was $21 and 71 cent. So that's got to be the cost. Let's see here. It won't let me copy it. So 21.70. Okay. Now the revenue. Okay, the revenue. Revenue. What is the revenue? The price that I'll sell the product for. So I would have sold it at the high, which was the high was $349.08. $349.08. So the margin is 93%. 93.79%. Profit is $328 plus your $21 that you put into it at that point. So, you know, there you have it. And then, I mean, you other, I mean, it just crazy. Like I was saying 2,000% or whatever. That's crazy, but that's I'm incorrect. That's why I had to just put it in a calculator because I wanted to find out what profit margin or whatever is it, because it's like, I mean, that's just crazy. But because like, like for example, um Okta or whatever. Okta, it's 88.66 low, 88.66, 66, and then its high is it's $251.18. $251.83, right? 83. No, $251.18. 64% profit margin. That's not bad. It's not bad. But it ain't 93% profit margin, you know. So let's look at Neo. Let's look at Neo since we was talking about Neo. Let's look at Neo again. So their low was 136, 136, and their high was 2940, 2940. So yeah, actually Neo was actually the home run. So you can add Neo to the mix. So you got four companies. So this will be on my blog: Neo, Wayfair, Zoom, Neo, Wayfair, Zoom, and Carvana. Whereas like almost 100% profit margin. Like um, you know, it's crazy. So well, anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap things up. I appreciate the stock talk. Um, I got, let me write down those companies so I don't forget, because I'm actually gonna make a blog post about those companies. Maybe I might try to like submit the blog post to Yahoo Finance or some shit like that, because I don't hear anybody talking about it. You know, I really I the post that I saw was old posts, old articles that were like during the pandemic, like during the government pandemic shutdown. Like, I don't see anybody any articles about it. So Neo, Wayfair, Zoom. You know what? I want to look at Zoom's profit margin before I call it one. I gotta look at Zoom. Neo, Wayfair, Zoom, and Carvana. Okay. I'm so doing so much, man. I forget. Let me look at before I close this out. Let me look at Zoom in relation to this profit margin. All right, Zoom. 'Cause I know that other stuff ain't necessarily gonna hold a fire to the candle as far as profit margin. I mean, hey, you made some money. I mean, but it ain't gonna be like this. I mean, nah. $60.96, and I mean 97 cent, 97, and the high was 565.45, 565.45. Yeah, I mean it's in that range where it's close to 100% profit margin. I mean, you know, you know, above, you could just say above 85% profit margin. I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, man, I'm gonna close this out, man, and it's nice talking to you guys. Definitely, I'll be on here again. I don't know when, but yeah, it was nice talking to you, man. You guys bring a perspective of the stocks that, unlike anybody else that hops on here. It just, I can kind of, I can go there with you guys, where other people it's not really able to really dialogue with, but it's all right. But yeah, definitely enjoyed conversation, learned quite a bit. Definitely will post that to my blog, and I'll probably put it on my community tab once I'm done with it. Definitely, I enjoyed myself. Learned quite a bit.